There's a slight delay because it has to process the slide first.
There you go.
Yours or mine?
That's probably mine. Starbucks now too much.
What I was going to show you, this is the certificates that's at their place.
You know, it's never good to kind of try to justify.
That's very hard. Ask for anybody else's.
Bad. Very bad.
Thank you.
To call our regularly scheduled February school board meeting to order and ask Mr. Copeland if he'd say the Pledge of Allegiance for us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And certification of the closed meeting, please.
Resolution of certification of the closed meeting of February the 12th, 2015, pursuant to Section 2.2-3712 of the Code of Virginia, 1950, as amended.
So moved.
Second. Board Member Bouchard.
Yes.
Board Member Brooks Buck.
Yes.
Board Member Byram.
Yes.
Board Member Mitnick.
Yes.
Board Member Skeeter,
Yes.
Vice Chairman Copeland,
Aye.
Chairman Dobransky.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have no public speakers on the agenda topic, so we'll go to reports by the superintendent.
Thank you, and good evening, everyone. As you can see, the first item on the agenda is the Good News Report. I'm going to call to the podium Beth Ann Bradshaw, our Public Information Officer.
Good evening. Each month we take this opportunity to share with you and our viewing audience at home some of the excitement that happens in our schools each and every day and some of the achievements of both our students and our staff. First, I'd like to call our attention to two special recognitions events that are happening this month. The third week of February is designated as School Board Clerk Appreciation Week to build awareness of the role board clerks play in assisting school board members, the superintendent, and our local schools. School board clerks are responsible for keeping accurate records of board meetings and all its official actions. Board clerks maintain frequent contact with the public, including parents, employees, and community members on behalf of the school board and superintendent, and join with school boards to help ensure that students achieve to their highest potential. I thought we'd like to show our appreciation for our clerk of the board, Cindy Chavis, just with a little clap. Also, February is School Board Appreciation Month. This month-long observance is an opportunity to help the community better understand the crucial role that the Suffolk School Board plays as advocates and decision-makers in charge of Suffolk Public Schools. School Board Appreciation Month is celebrated by 132 local school divisions in Virginia, where close to 850 school board members are honored by their schools and community for their dedication to school governance. At your places, there is a recognition certificate from the Virginia School Boards Association, a copy of the Governor's Proclamation, and also we're pleased to be able to give you a folio as a token of appreciation from all of us with Suffolk Public Schools. We'd like to invite our clerk of the board to now do one of her duties and read the certificate of recognition from Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe.
By virtue of the authority vested by the Constitution of Virginia in the Governor of the Commonwealth of Virginia, there is hereby officially recognized School Board Appreciation Month. Whereas the education of Virginia's children is the foundation upon which the economic, social, and intellectual strength of our Commonwealth is built. Whereas locally elected and appointed school boards play an important role in a representative democracy, as the decisions of local school boards directly influence instruction in Virginia public schools. Whereas the leadership of our local school board affects the development and future of our children and ensures the children are prepared and competitive in a global economy. Whereas local school board members work with parents, businesses, educational professionals, and other community members to create the educational vision for our students. Whereas the Commonwealth of Virginia is proud of its educational system and is appreciative of the efforts of local school board members to make the Virginia public school system a success. Whereas this year's theme of students-focused leadership reflects the top priority of local school board members as they advocate for public education with local, state, and federal leaders. And whereas the month of February is an opportunity to recognize Virginia school boards for supporting a public school system from which the entire Commonwealth benefits. Now, therefore, I, Terrence R. McAuliffe, do hereby recognize February 2015 as School Board Appreciation Month in our Commonwealth of Virginia, and I call this observation to the attention of our citizens. And it is signed by the Governor and the Secretary of the Commonwealth.
Thank you, Clerk Chavis, and also I'd like to certainly thank the school board for the work that you do. It's a pleasure to work for you all and represent our school division as well as you do. The next item on our superintendent's report is the Superintendent Star Award. Many of you are probably familiar that over the last few years we've had a Star Award program where we recognize two individuals quarterly throughout the entire year. We've recently revised that program, and it's now entitled the Superintendent Star Award, in which we're going to recognize even more people. We're also going to be having a reception for all of the honorees on February 26th, I believe. But tonight, we're going to be recognizing two special individuals that actually have highest honors. I'm going to call to the podium our Coordinator of Human Resources, Ms. Diane Whiting.
Good evening. Chairman Dobransky, Vice Chairman Copeland, members of the school board, Dr. Whitney and guests. Once again, we are here tonight to recognize our superintendents. Let me add that to it. Superintendent Star Award winners for tonight for instruction and for support. I don't want to talk a little bit more about the reception. I know you covered that, but I do want to talk a little bit more about that. Besides the two division winners you will be meeting shortly, another 24 employees will be honored at the reception on Thursday, February 26th, beginning at 6 p.m. at McBean Junior Elementary. The individuals who nominated those outstanding employees and their building administrators, as well as their families, will also join us that night, and each of them will receive a framed certificate of recognition at that reception. Tonight, the citywide honorees will be presented their framed certificates, but at the February 26th reception, these two winners will also be pinned with a special star lapel pin, presented a cash award from I think it's co-sponsored by our Suffolk Education Foundation, and receive a banner that they will hang. Do we have that tonight, the banner? We'll show it later, okay. That they can either hang at the beginning of the school or in their classroom, outside their classroom, wherever they would like to hang that banner. So, without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to recognize two of our outstanding employees for the 2014-15 school year. At this time, we recognize our Instructional Star Award winner, and I'll ask that Ms. Candace Spencer, she is one of our media specialists, she's actually housed at McBean Junior Elementary School, to come forward and introduce our Instructional Star Award winner. Ms. Spencer?
Good evening. It's an honor and a privilege to be here, and I'd like to introduce to you an outstanding guidance counselor who I've known for a decade and who has also become a mentor and a very dear friend. That's Ms. Robbie Plain. Ms. Robbie Plain is an exemplary guidance counselor with an unwavering commitment. During her career in the educational arena, about 30 years, she has worn many hats, but the one she wears most perfectly is the one she currently wears, that of guidance counselor. She is diligent in making herself visible by greeting the students with her daily walkthrough as they prepare for their day. She greets every gem by name. Every child is a gem in her eyes. Her contributions include several initiatives, including Project STAND, formerly known as the I Am Project, that serves as a mentoring program bridge between elementary and middle school by focusing on social, emotional skills such as confidence, cooperation, perseverance, professionalism, and responsibility. The Ladybug Tea Group for young girls that focuses on proper etiquette to foster self-esteem. The Lunch Buddies program, where students who are struggling are paired with peers to help build interpersonal and social skills, and the Backpack program that supplied students and their families with weekend non-perishable food items in a dignified manner. As far as the greater school community is concerned, she interacts with parents, faculty, and staff with an incomparable level of professionalism and compassion. She is known for her listening ear, knowledge, and wisdom. Her famous phrase is, "Let's keep it real." Ms. Plain is admired, loved, and respected by all. Her most significant contribution to our students is evident in the Project STAND end-of-year culminating activity that showcases the students in full evening attire, white tea-length dresses for the girls, black suits and ties for the boys. The evening is artfully executed in a fully decorated theme-colored ballroom. There is dinner and dancing with a bridge that awaits crossing at the appropriate time. At just the right moment, the students stroll across the bridge with bright eyes and heads held high. Their spirits are dancing with the belief that I am and I stand. Ms. Plain's message is the same for every child. You are significant, I am. You are precious, I am. And you are strong, I stand. Again, Ms. Robbie Plain, Guidance Counselor, McBean Junior Elementary School.
Ms. Plain, you know, we go way back, and I had nothing. I remember when I first came to Southwestern, you were a reading specialist, I was assistant principal.
Chairman Dobransky, Co-Chairman Copeland, and to all the school board members, to all of my esteemed colleagues, the only thing I can say is thank you. Thank you to Mrs. Spencer, who is our library media specialist. I thank you so much, Ms. Spencer, for selecting me for this honor. It is indeed an honor to represent Mac Ben Junior Elementary School in such a fine way. Thank you again.
Last but certainly not least, let's ask that Ms. Sandra Darden, who's an art teacher at Kings Fork Middle School, to come forward to introduce our Support Star winner.
Good evening. It is certainly my pleasure to be able to introduce Mrs. Brandy West for this award. We are so excited that she's getting this recognition because she goes above and beyond her hired position as a paraprofessional. She's very dedicated with helping Kings Fork Middle School's students and staff. It begins in the morning when she is promptly at her duty station, directing students and enforcing the dress code policy by treating our students with dignity and respect. This continues on with her assigned duties throughout the day. She is a go-to person, not only because she's polite and obliging, but also she is super competent. The students feel very safe to go to her because they know that they will be heard, and the staff all feel the same. I feel like I can count on Mrs. West. Another huge responsibility she has taken on is as president of our PTSA. Mrs. West's own children have moved on to the high school, yet because she sees a real need in our building, she willingly continues fulfilling the duties and responsibilities where few other parents would step up this year. She readily volunteers for after-school and extracurricular activities and helps to lead our charitable efforts as a school with Team Darden and Relay for Life. I see her helping many people like Mrs. Presson or Mrs. Rath after her assigned hours. She also constantly bakes and brings in goodies for our staff as a gentle and effective morale builder. Through all of this, Mrs. Brandy West manages to keep her calm and pleasant demeanor and helps our building to be a nurturing environment for students, parents, and staff. So it's very much with my pleasure to introduce you to Mrs. Brandy West.
Mrs. West, on behalf of Suffolk Public Schools, the school division, and school board, we congratulate you. That's good news. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity for this. Thank you, Ms. Darden, for nominating me. I've had an opportunity to work in all realms. I started out as a substitute teacher at Kings Fork Middle and have been there ever since. So, like I said, I feel like it's my home, and I'll be there for a while, hopefully. So, but thank you.
If we have family members of the Star Award winners, if you'd stand, please. Family members, attend. Thank you for coming, and thank you for sharing your family member with us. As you can see, we have a lot to be proud of in Suffolk Public Schools, and we felt like this is one way of recognizing not just 2 people per quarter, but as shared with you before, on February 26th, we will have the reception in which we'll be honoring even more people.